The views and opinions expressed herein do not necessarily reflect the views of the Bovine Limited Liability and its affiliates or its employees. Wait a minute. Who are we kidding? That's exactly what it represents. Now let's get on with the show. Over the last few months, there's been a consistent theme in the conversations that I've had a lot with dairy breeders about Facebook and Facebook marketing and some of the statistics they see from some of the dairy publications that are out there, and really wondering just how true those stats are. And you know, we here at the Bovine have had the same concerns, so we decided to take a closer look at this and get to the bottom of the story. This is a trend we've been noticing for a long while now here at the Bovine. We're big on metrics and numbers. That's why we're kind of fans of genomics. So we decided to take a closer look at this and see just what was going on. And in order to get to the bottom of this problem, we decided to take the top 10 posts over the last week or so from each of the top 3 dairy genetic publications based on likes in the world, and just see where are these numbers coming from and what is the story. In doing so, when we looked at our 2 biggest competitors, what we found is 70% of their likes and shares come from people who have nothing to do with the dairy genetics industry. Yes, 70% of the likes and shares that other publications are getting on their top posts come from somebody who has nothing to do with the dairy genetics industry. This had us wondering, how the heck could this happen? What is going on? So in order to get to the bottom of this, we decided to take a look at their metrics. Using Facebook's targeting tools, we could find that Publication A, a Western Canadian-based dairy genetics publication, gets 33% of their Facebook followers from Asia, specifically India and Pakistan. Dairy genetics company? India? Pakistan? Interesting. Funny thing, their second most followers come from another regions, that South America parts, that don't have very many dairy genetics opportunities in there. Seems weird. For the second largest publication based on Facebook likes, we found a very similar trend, that they get almost half of their Facebook followers from South America. A North American dairy publication gets more than half, or almost half, their followers from South America? Again, had us wondering. This had us thinking, well, let's look at ourselves. You know, we can look at everyone else. Let's look at our own. So we took a look at our own metrics, and here's what we found. We found that almost 50% of our followers come from either North America or Europe. Let me think about that. Where do most of the dairy genetics come from? Oh, North America and Europe. Kinda natural that our Facebook followers would come from those same 2 marketplaces. So we decided to take a look at how this could happen, and one of the things we experimented with and tried is Facebook promoted posts. And this is where you pay Facebook in order to get your posts into people's streams. In doing so, what we found is Facebook will, unless you target the post, will put it into those posts that are most likely to be not targeted by other companies. Typically, this is countries like India, Pakistan, Colombia, things like that. Funny, that's also where most of our competitors are getting their likes and shares. So it tells us that, and our analysis shows, that these companies are promoting their posts very heavily and spending a lot of money to get likes and shares, not caring where they're coming from, as long as they can get nice big metrics to sell their advertisers. In taking this a little further and looking at, well, you know, we don't really care about getting a lot of likes and shares from Pakistan and India and Bogota, Colombia, we decided to take a local look and how could you actually do this for your own Facebook fan pages in order to get maximum results. What we found was you need to really leverage Facebook's targeting tool. This is the tool where you can not only say, hey, I want to pay to promote my post, but you can actually say, I want to target people who are interested in dairy cattle from major genetics marketplaces, and really take the effort to refine who you're targeting so that you really spend your money effectively. So instead of just getting a bunch of big numbers, you're actually getting measurable results from your metrics. In doing so, we found that this worked very well in helping our posts reach our target audience. It also helped us drive more significant traffic back to our website. Funny, when we started looking at the numbers a little closer, we also saw that if you look at the major genetics dairy marketplaces, North America, Europe, New Zealand, Australia, countries like that, our Facebook followers were almost as large, or actually larger, than most of our competitors in those regions. Funny though, they have 40,000 likes and shares, and yet they're smaller in the genetics marketplaces. Interesting to me, kind of explains probably why our Clout score is almost 50% higher than any of our competitors. For those who aren't familiar with Clout, Clout is the social media tool that measures how much influence you have in the subject matters you speak about. One of the general trends I've also seen is with this challenge, or the changes in how Facebook is forcing most fan pages to go to promoted posts, i.e. spend money with Facebook, a lot of breeders have gone away from using fan pages and have started using personal accounts, or personal accounts under their breed prefix name, to start sharing their social media content. There's a couple concerns I have when I see that. First is the difference in the two types of accounts. A personal account is great for just posting and doing general work, but it gives you no performance reporting. It gives you no numbers to show you how you're doing, or what you're doing, or if what you're actually doing is working. It can be very hard to improve and do better if you have no way of measuring how well you're doing currently. The other concern that I have is you're limited to how many people you can reach by using a personal account versus a fan page. A personal account will only reach those pages or those people who are friends of yours. So typically the average account has 200 to 1,000 friends. So you're reaching maybe 300, 400, 500 people maximum with the posts you're putting on your pages. Now compare that to a fan page where you typically have 1,000 or 2,000, or in the case of Lucky Holsteins, you have almost 8,000 fan people. You can reach a much significant larger audience by doing a fan page than you can by doing a personal page. For those of you that are wanting to get the best of both worlds, what we recommend is posting it on your fan page, but then sharing it using your personal account onto your own page. This will give you the benefit of both metrics, reporting, reach, larger audience, but also then making sure that those people that you are personally friends with do get to see what you're posting, sharing, and hopefully engage. There's no question that Facebook marketing is not easy. While many might think, hey, just post it and buyers will come, that is not the case. You really have to have a targeted strategy and understand who you want to speak to. While some may try to say just throw money at it and promote your posts and hopefully everyone sees it, you really need to think about who's your target audience, where they're located, and how you can reach them. A lot of the ways we see doing this is by developing content that your audience actually likes. Instead of posting or sharing everyone else's content, you really need to develop your own content and share it and make sure that people engage with it that way. A great content strategy and posts or subject matters that your audience is actually interested in will drive greater returns and greater engagement than just paying Facebook. I want to thank you for joining us today to learn the truth about the dairy publication's Facebook statistics, a few tips, a few pointers, how you can take your marketing to the next level. If you have any comments, feedback, please drop us a line. We'd love to hear from you.